What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're continuing our Madden 20 realistic rebuild series by going to the New England Patriots. We have Bill Belichick created, no Griffin Murphy, and this is a big rebuild. This is always a big rebuild. How do you replace Tom Brady is always the question, and that's the challenge we're going to have to stand up to. We have greatness. We have a certain level of greatness. And we're coming off of two realistic rebuilds with the Denver Broncos and the Arizona Cardinals, where we have yet to win a Super Bowl. So here I was thinking in the comments on social media, you guys would be like, man, C4, maybe you should make it a little bit easier for yourself. You got two rebuild losses, you're not the rebuild you thought you were. No, out of nowhere, I get this big-ass suggestion to turn on coach firing. Put the little screenshot of that coach firing up here. So I've done it. Coach firing is on. It's enabled, which means if we don't perform to a certain level, we gonna get fired. Now, I don't know how, I don't think I've ever done a rebuild with coach firing on, but if it's a realistic rebuild, we take liberties with injuries, because injuries can just be not fun, not rewarded whatsoever. I can build like a 99 overall team, and every year the quarterback ends up getting hurt. I don't want that, but coach firing, that's a big negative that I think that's an extra added challenge. And I've never had it on. I don't know how finicky it is. I don't know how sensitive it is. Do I get fired if I, how many years do we have to not make the play? Like, I have no idea. This is going to be a learning experience. But coach firing is on. There could be at any point an abrupt end to this rebuild. And that's going to be kind of weird. So let's not have that happen at any point. Looking at the Patriot team that we are taking over, very old. There's going to be a lot of roster turnover between now, definitely the end of this episode. We have a 42-year-old quarterback, Tom Brady, X Factor, probably the greatest quarterback of all time. And, get pro reads, got all the abilities. And, the reason kind of why I decided to do the Patriots now is because there's a lot of questions over Tom Brady and where he's going to play. Now, I've been always on the side that he's never not going to play with the Patriots. I have a very simple reasoning for that. People want to link him to California teams. They want to link him to maybe Chicago. I just think the Patriots, it's the anti-Patriot way to let Tom Brady go and not have a successor in place. It's not like they have a Jimmy Garoppolo on the roster. If they had Jimmy Garoppolo still, I would buy it. Even if they had a Jacoby Brissett, I might buy Tom Brady going somewhere. But the fact that they have no one in the pipeline, they're not going to lose Tom Brady going to the draft with having to get a quarterback. That's not the Patriot way. I already put money on Tom Brady return. Like, that's decent money that if you put on Tom Brady return to the Patriots next year. I think it's foregone conclusion. There's no way he's playing anywhere else. Running backs, we got Sony Michel, who hopefully can develop to be nice. In real life, he's kind of stalled out a little bit. It's just an average back, but for Madden terms, he has some upside for sure. James White, I guess, is an RB2 until his contract runs up. We'll hold on to him. Burkhead, Bolden. There's some salary cap we could clean up here at the running back spot. Got one of the better fullbacks in the NFL. Probably could get rid of this guy. Don't need a backup. Wide receiver, Julian Edelman. He's really good. One of the best slot wide receivers in the league, but he's 33, so for a 10-year rebuild, Same with Sanu, 30, not great. I'm looking at the wide receivers. You got Dorsett. Again, probably with his age at 26, with that depth trait, I don't think he's going to resign. I think he's set to be a free agent here in year one. N'Keal Harry, the Canadian N'Keal Harry. We're going to have to hope big things for him. He's going to have to develop into our wide receiver one. I remember we did the other Patriot rebuild with the other style, the other format. We did get him up to an X Factor, so I hope that's his ceiling, and we can develop and grow that. We might have something here in Jacoby Myers, too, the former converted quarterback. He's 22, 69, young enough. He could be like a wide receiver 3, be viewed as that long term, but he's not going to get a lot of snaps early on. I will force feed. However, N'Keal Harry, he'll probably be my slot wide receiver, even though Edelman should be. It'll probably be N'Keal Harry just to get the stats at it. Tight end, I have updated my rosters a little bit so that when I start off, the big retirements have happened. So there's no Luke Kuechly from now on my realistic rebuilds. There's going to be no Luke Kuechly, no Ben Watson. There's just a couple no Kyle Long. However, because I don't know why Madden would do this, you cannot retire. Like, Andrew Luck's not available from the main menu. Andrew Luck, for whatever reason, just pops into free agency once you start your franchise mode. So every franchise has to start by signing Andrew Luck and manually retiring, but there's no more of that cheese. So for the Patriots, we desperately need a tight end. They're going to be looking for the 2020 draft to get a tight end. There's definitely some tight ends that fit their mold. Cole Kmet out of Notre Dame might be the biggest one. Might have to draft him. Offensive line, we got Isaiah Wynn. Real nice left tackle for sure. We'll get rid of Newhouse. He's a turnstile of a tackle in the National Football League. We got Joe Tootie, who is, I think, right now set to be free agent in the upcoming offseason. There's no way we're going to let him walk. David Andrews at center, solid. Let's get rid of a 50 overall. You're 30, and is he a long snapper? There's no way. Shaq Mason, one of the best guards in the National Football League. And at right tackle, we have an aging Marcus Cannon. But for the most part, 4 to the 5 spots outside of Cannon should be 3-4 years. At least for the first part of this Patriot rebuild, should be our offensive line. But we definitely do need to consider getting another tackle on board. For the defense, we got John Simon, 28-80. Just solid for the time being. Not really in our long-term plan. Same goes for Guy. Actually, I'll probably be more pressed to have Lawrence Guy maybe slot him in to be D-tackle. And that gives us an option to play Chase Vinovich. Just because of the age, 23-74. Hidden dev trait, we got to get him snaps. He has to see the field as soon as possible. And then inside, Danny Shelton probably will start too because of the age. Adam Butler has some upside. Guys, just unfortunately, come on, Guy. Linebacker Corey got Kyle Van Noy, solid, but he's 28, so it's that's your normal Patriot. Like, it feels like there's no one good on this team that's under 28. All these guys are nearing the end of their prime at worst, but Van Noy's solid for the time being. Inside, we got Hightower, Jawan Bentley. Hopefully, we can develop Jawan Bentley into a nice little linebacker for sure. 23-78. There's some upside there. Jamie Collins, 29. Again, it's just we're gonna have to replace this entire team. We're gonna have to draft incredibly well, especially when it comes to the Madden generated draft classes. We have to draft very, very well. We got Stephon Gilmore, your reigning defending defensive player of the year in real life. Hopefully, you can put up those kind of numbers here in year 1. 98 overall. He's 28 again, of course. But unlike the other guys that are 28, 29, 27, 28, 29, 30, that are in the low 80s, I'm expecting Gilmore to hold on and retain that rating pretty much until he retires. So we're going to try to have him retire as a New England Patriot. Jason McCourty's 32. That's not great, but we got beyond that. I'm probably not going to play McCourty. We'll get Jonathan Jones and J.C. Jackson playing because those guys, they are definitely the future of this secondary. Free safety, Devin McCourty. It's not bad, but he's also 32. But he is a superstar X Factor. And again, I think he will hold on to his rating fairly well until he retires, so that will be the plan there. Nate Ebner, that's freeing up almost $2 million salary cap. Gotta have to do it. Strong safety, Patrick Chung. He loves that booger sugar baby. But he's, again, 32. Gonna have to replace him at some point sooner than later. Maybe we could put Harmon back there. If there's a way we get on that contract sooner than later, we could probably definitely switch Harmon to strong safety. For the time being, we'll just ride him into the ground, and we're going to have to, again, have massive, absolute, we'll keep Gostowski because that's just too much dead money to take releasing a kicker right away. But we are going to have to dominate the offseasons here with this Patriots. Because the kind of roster turnover that we're going to have in the first 3 years, we're going to have to hit home run after home run after home run. And it all starts right now. Year 1, realistic rebuild, New England Patriots. Really, really early into our franchise, we got a dev trade upgrade for N'Keal Harry. He's gone from normal to a star, which is probably where he should have been all along. So coming out of our bye here in year 1, we're 5-4, and again, anytime I see like a suspect-looking record, I'm worried that I'm going to get fired. But 5-4, I mean, we are third in the East, but tied for second, only a game back of the Jets, who are 6-3. Contracts. So we had 12 players ready to negotiate. First up, we have Devin McCourty. Again, another guy that I really do plan on running into the ground. Same with Tom Brady. Just keep getting them on these one-year deals. My God, Brady wants 1 year, $34 million for a year. These are insane numbers that are getting thrown around here. Okay, I want Danny Shelton. I need Joe Tooney. Van Noy's going to have to go. There is no way we're going to be able to squeeze on another $74 million. There's just no way. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe if I don't extend McCourty, maybe I can go after Tooney and Van Noy. I doubt it, but we'll try it. And at the end of year 1 for the Patriots, job safe. 10-6 looks like a weird Patriot record, but it still was good enough to win the AFC East. So I don't think there's going to be any real hits to our job security. looking at our actual teams. So, Joe Tooney said he wants to test out free agency. I don't know if I'm going to franchise. I'm going to see what that franchise tag number is before I decide what we're going to do. Outside of that, we haven't had any dev traits. Outside of N'Keal Harry going from normal to a star on the defense. No dev traits. Vinovich came out as a star dev, and that's about it. Van Noy going to have to walk in free agency. He wanted $75 million, which is insane. Looking at our stats here for year one, Tom Brady, real nice year, 4,400 yards, 34 touchdowns, 9 picks. Old man still got it done. Not great numbers rushing. Michelle, I mean, that's, it's okay. It's not bad. Receiving N'Keal Harry, an insane rookie season, 97 catches, 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns. He might just get himself a dev trade increase based upon that and be a superstar entering his sophomore season. 800 yards, 5 tutties for Edelman, 770 and 3 for Matt Lacrosse. Myers had 605. That's not bad for a rookie as well. We might have 1-2 offensive rookie of the year. Defensively, Bentley, 112 tackles, 6 TFLs, 5 sacks. Of course, Kyle Van Noy would have a year like that. 12 TFLs, 16 sacks for the man with arguably the hottest wife in the National Football League. We had 9.5 sacks, John Simon, 7 from Butler. 2 of the 3 are free agents. That's not annoying. Interceptions are fine. Definitely might have expected a little bit more from Stephon Gilmore. Yearly awards MVP went to Deshaun Watson. Tom Brady didn't even make the short list. Tom Brady coming at number 5 for Offensive Player of the Year in the AFC. Defensive Player of the Year went to Kyle Van Noy. Okay, you can pretty much say goodbye to him re-signing with us. Josh Jacobs is your Offensive Rookie of the Year, beating out N'Keal Harry. Came at 2. Jacoby Myers at 10. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Devin Bush. Quarterback went to Deshaun Watson. Le'Veon. N'Keal Harry is the best wide receiver. He's definitely going up in a... How do you get best wide receiver but not Rookie of the Year? Where's Josh Jacobs? He's in 7th round. That's stupid. Offensive lineman, nothing. D-line. Linebackers, Kyle Van Noy. Okay. I mean, it was a little bit of a weird year, but we still got the AFC East title, which is good, and we're now going to run the gauntlet against maybe the most dangerous sim team of all time, the LA Chargers. Now, I don't really remember how the Patriots play as a super sim team, to be honest with you. It was one of the earlier rebuilds we did in Madden 20. But so far, so good. Every drive has resulted in a touchdown if we have sniffed the red zone, which I like seeing. And we'll kick a field goal here. This is just dominance. First half dominance from the Patriots. If there had to be one team that I would say is the Charger killer, it would be the Patriots. So I like to see that is staying true here in the sim. 31-10 in the fourth quarter. Chargers showing a little bit of a pulse here late, but I think it's going to be too little too. Yeah, it's over. Patriots are going to the divisional round. Looking like a 38-17 victory for Bill Belichick and the guys. 4 touchdowns on the day for Tom Brady. Sensational as we are moving on. Okay, this is a big one. Patriots Chiefs in the snow. Okay, we're on the road. We're at Arrowhead. It's going to be a tough environment to win, but we got Brady, who's playing like lights out Tom Brady right now, and our defense is playing well. It's a 10-10 game. Looks like the Chiefs got a little bit of extra momentum to enter the half. Oh, no, you got to get points there. How did we walk away with 0? Even kick the field. Belichick kicks the field goal. Oh, that's annoying. Whatever just happened in the sim there where we went down and didn't get any points, I think that's going to, if we lose this game, that's what cost us. That had to be any form of points. Keep it a 1-score game. We'll come in on 3rd down. Just get one little play with Brady. Oh, those are terrible jerseys. Must be so annoying to play against this. We'll go wide receiver corners. Edelman probably on the outside. Edelman's route running is filthy in this game. Boom. 2 feet in. Nice. So, I mean, we just came in through a touchdown in case that was the last pass of Tom Brady's career. It's 50-50 whether or not he retires after the end of the first season. Mahomes just destroyed our defense. 5 touchdowns on the day. Not much you can do, man. 1-score game, but when you can't do anything to affect Patrick Mahomes, you're going to be on the losing end more often than not. So we are actually going to franchise tag Joe Tooney. We're going to find a way to make it work. Van Noy's going to have to bounce. I assume, I can't remember if it's this week or the next week that the retirements happened, but Brady's still on the roster, so I'm hoping that he doesn't retire, and we go in with him as a running back. N'Keal Harry Went from star to superstar based upon his insane season. And I think he's on his way to becoming one of the best wide receivers in the National Football League. So, fingers crossed, Brady does not retire between now and the next week. But if he does, we did throw that last touchdown pass, and it makes that, especially that franchise tag that Tooney's going to be playing on next year, that much more affordable. So going into free agency, we are $6.5 million over the salary cap. So we're going to have to make some cuts here. First off, we'll get rid of Rex Burkhead. That nets us $2 million of that $6. I mean, we just got to make cuts in general. Like, there is just way too many players here getting paid way too much money. Donnell Pumphrey, Eagles bust. You got to get off our team. Mohamed Sanu, $6.5 million right there. Makes that affordable. Because we might be able... I'll cut a lot of these wide receivers. I hate that. That if you just sim your practice squad 9 times out of 10, you just get 10 wide receivers. I'll cut all those guys. I'll free up like another $2 million. We might be able to bring back Van Noy. Because I kind of do. Rest of these positions, Cannon, that's just not that great of a contract to get out of. Simon was actually really good last year. Guys, solid depth. Hightower's still producing at a high level. Okay, we can go to Brandon King. That's almost $1 million. In the secondary, Jason McCourty. That's about $3 million. Harmon. Definitely getting rid of a kicker. Freeing up $3 million for... Are you kidding me? So now, obviously, we ate a lot of dead money. We went in from 6 to now we have $14 million. I mean, I don't know if Van Noy's worth it at 29 now that I'm thinking about it. But we now have some options to go in here. We're probably not. Just because I don't want that to ever happen again. But then again, tell me Kareem Hunt is not like the most Patriot signing of all time. Our running backs were not particularly good last year. And giving a guy his second chance. What do we got tight ends here? Seals Jones, not a scheme fit at all. There's no good tight ends. I do want to sign someone. $14 million. We can ride Sony Michel into the ground. Chris Jones is nice. There's some nice D tackles, but we got Shelton. He's solid. We do need an outside linebacker. There's not a lot of guys there. I feel like that's where we can really, go off during the draft, What? Deron Harmon there at free safety, just a superstar out of nowhere. You know what? We're going to do it. Also, the other most Patriot running back of all time in Austin Eckler. Never mind. Doesn't with how tight we are, I want this to happen. It just doesn't make sense, though. We got 2 running backs under 30, both locked into contracts. I'll save my money this year. You'll see my first round pick in a minute. Had to do it. We have to have a quarterback in the pipeline. Brady's going to retire, and I don't know what quarterbacks are in the next draft at the top of my head. We're not going to be picking where we can get Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields. So we get Jake Fromm. It's hidden dev. At least he has a hidden dev, and kind of fits a Patriot-style quarterback. We traded back into the 3rd round, sending our 2 4s and a 6 this year to Seattle to get pick number 90 because we just got a tight end that we wanted. And it's now time to really finish out our linebacking core. We still got... We passed on Aquabunem. You see the tight end we did draft. But I want Anthony Jennings here at outside linebacker. I will sabotage the rest of my draft to get another Alabama outside linebacker. He's a 69 overall. Almost a scheme fit. It's going to work out in the end. Trust me. Here's a look at our draft class. It's a mix of great picks and solid picks. In the first round, we went Terrell Lewis, outside linebacker from Alabama. Now, he does have a normal dev, but he's a scheme fit, and I think he will have more than enough opportunities to get dev trait scenarios. Second round, as you saw, we got Jake Fromm, 67 hidden dev. Third round, we got Adam Troutman, the tight end over Dayton. Now, we picked him over Albert Alquibunam. Surprising pick, but 68 overall hidden dev. I think Troutman is going to be one of the biggest risers come combine weekend at the tight end position. He is really, really good. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if he can fill the shoes. Become maybe the next mini Gronk. We got Anthony Jennings, which is the pick we traded back for. He's a really nice-looking player. Again, just really solidifying. We need to replace really 2 linebackers. Kyle Van Noy and every other linebacker is getting pretty old, especially Jamie Collins. We got a Vinatieri name, bringing him back. Just I had to do it with the kicker. Chase Vinatieri, the nephew of Adam Vinatieri. And then we just got David Dowell, who I'm not going to lie, might have cheesed this. I remember we got him from the Rip City franchise. It was UDFA 65. We needed a depth free safety. So top to bottom, really good draft. I suppose the fact that our first round pick didn't have a dev trade kind of stings us a little bit, but I think we did a lot of good business. I think you're seeing really 5 future starters for this Patriot team. We start year 2. This is almost for sure going to be Tom Brady's last season. He has regressed big time down to an 83 overall, and we have the insurance policy here in Jake Fromm. Wide receiver, we're going to go N'Keal Harry outside, and we're not going to cheese it again this year. We did what we wanted to as a rookie. We got him out to superstar. Edelman is going to revert back to his slot position. We probably could make it Myers, but I feel like this might be the last year of Edelman. I want to give him a final hurrah. Trotman is going to be our starting tight end. Made the big-time investment in the draft. Our offensive line from top to bottom still one of the best, if not the best, in the AFC. Look at the defense. It's an 85 overall defense. Vinovich is going to start at defensive end. Gilmore, Jackson, and Jones make up one of the best cornerback tandems in the league. McCourty and Harmon still chugging along there at safety. A lot of changes at linebacker there. Hightower's the only guy with veteran experience. Bentley is developing nicely. As my controller died! God damn it! We got Bentley, we got Jennings, we got Lewis on the outside. That is going to be our linebacking core. And really, we are going to have to get bailed out by Lewis and Jennings. 2 guys that we drafted as rookies and starters with normal devs. We got to get some dev trade increases, or else they might look back upon it's going to be really, really tough to develop these guys into like the mid to high 80s like we kind of are used to with our draft picks. So, hey, let's see if we can make it 2 straight divisional titles and make what we could assume maybe the last year of Brady and Edelman in Patriots jerseys a successful one. Week 5, we actually got a dev trade increase for Sony Michel going from star to superstar. He had like 63 yards, but had 3 rushing touchdowns, which is enough. And I'll take it. Plus 2,000 XP, which is a little low if we're being honest, getting a superstar dev trade. Coming over by here in year 2, 6-1, a lot more what we're used to seeing here. But the Bills are hanging tough in the AFC East, not letting us pull away. Only a win up on them. Contracts. Now, this is where we're going to be a little more gambly because I don't obviously want to have Brady locked into $25 million. I want to make this to like the last stage, and we'll see if he retires or not. Because I need this money. I need this money to be able to extend our young players. Starts with J.C. Jackson. Joe Tooney. See if we can hammer out a 3-year deal. $35 million. Got that locked in. David Andrews. Again, 3 years at 28 is not ideal, but he's a really, really good center. One of the best centers in the league. Don't want to let him walk. At safety, I suppose McCourty on a 1-year deal is not terrible business. So we'll come back to the table for David Andrews. And for Tom Brady, we'll wait until the end of the season. See if he retires, just so I don't have that money locked up. And as far as depth beyond that, it's just not a lot else going there for the Patriots. And at the end of year 2, we got an ability because N'Keal Harry has gone up to a 90 overall. And it is our 2nd straight AFC East title, even though the Buffalo Bills were very, very good this season. Too little too late for them. Looking at our roster in terms of rookies with dev trades and dev trade increases, we obviously saw Sony Michel go from star to a superstar. Still don't know Jake Fromm's ability. Troutman came out as a star. He also had a dev trade scenario to go from star to superstar. Very similar to N'Keal Harry's rookie season, but we did not hit it. But last rebuild that we had, an unreal tight end in Noah Fant. And I feel like Troutman is well on his way to becoming the next Patriot great at that position. Defensively, we did see some good developments. Lewis is up to a 77. Jennings not so much, but it's still, he's developing nicely for sure. That was pretty much it for our rookies. Looking at the statistics, Brady in his last season, I assume 4,500 passing yards, 31 touchdowns. The 17 picks are a lot higher than what we're used to seeing, but still is really good numbers given the fact that, what is he, 43? Ridiculous. Real big year for Sony Michel. 19 touchdowns, 900 yards, 10 touchdowns for James White. This is just a potent offense, man. 85 catches, 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns for N'Keal Harry on the outside. That's wide receiver 1 numbers. You never see that. In the slot, these are traditional slot numbers, especially in the Patriots offense. 91 catches, 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns. 888 and 5 from the rookie Adam Troutman. Insane. Myers with 600 yards. Really good there. Defensively, Jawan Bentley led the team 102 tackles, 10 TFLs, 6.5 sacks, 3 picks. That could very well be a dev trade increase for him based upon stats alone. 11 sacks for John Simon. We got 11 TFLs, 6.5 for Terrell Lewis. 14 TFLs, 5.5 Vinovich. 13 TFLs, 3.5 Jennings. Well, the sack numbers are not great. If you combine the sacks and the TFLs, I'm pretty damn happy with where those guys are at. J.C. Jackson got himself a new contract, 3 interceptions on the year. 2 for Gilmore. I like seeing all of those numbers. We had the 5th offense in the league. We had the 10th defense. Pretty good numbers. Yearly awards, MVP went to Patrick Mahomes. AFC Offensive Player of the Year there. Wow, no Brady. I guess the 17 picks for Brady kind of go against him. Von Miller's your Defensive Player of the Year. Bentley coming in at 8. Offensive Rookie went to Tua. What? Troutman coming in at 4. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Anthony Jennings. What? Nothing about Anthony Jennings' season was better than Terrell Lewis's. Oh, that's annoying. I mean, if it's a dev trade, it's fine. I'll be happy if one of those guys gets a dev trade increase. I'll be happy with that, but that's just weird. Individual awards, we unfortunately had no one for the Patriots, but we got that first round bye. That's all that matters. Let's kind of see where Brady is stacking up here in the NFL records. Career passing yards, he's not going to be able to catch Drew Brees. That's just insane. Touchdowns, firmly tied with Drew Brees. That can't happen. Oh, that's a little weird. But there you go. That's where probably he's going to retire. We'll have to wait and see. But we got that first round bye. So finding who we're taking on in the AFC divisional round is going to be the 10-6 Houston Texans. Very much a winnable game. All right, let's get into it, boys. Let's knock out the Houston Texans. They got Deshaun Watson, who plays like a god in Madden. Plays pretty damn good in real life as well. 7-zip Patriots. This is going to be viewed as Tom Brady's last hurrah. I would love to at least get back to the championship game. Game that Brady has owned for pretty much the better part of 20 years. I will hop in if things start getting shenanigan-y, but it looks pretty solid right now. Very competitive. No Madden cheese either way. And we just had another opportunity. We went to the red zone, and we got no points. And there's the turning moment of this game. We're down 4. Brady, my God, marches down the field with 2-minute drill. His career on the line. I don't know why our defense keeps playing very bad in the sim. Deshaun Watson, that's way too much production. But Brady does just enough. What a final drive to put the Patriots back in the AFC Championship. And when Tom Brady looked at the team sheet, snow game against the Bengals, he licked his shot. He knows that's got to take something pretty damn ridiculous for him not to make it to net another Super Bowl. Let's see how well we play. It's a snow game, though. Things can get weird, and I don't want to say, like, I will pop a Barrett. We will come in if we have to. I hate playing in snow games. Like, it's just so ridiculous. Like, my receivers always slip. There's always just nonsense. And our defense is playing tough here, holding 14 points. We have a 7-point lead with 3 minutes to go. Defense seals the deal. We kicked the field goal, 10-point lead, under a minute. There's no way. And just like that, in what is most likely his final year, Tom Brady playing the best football of the season. 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, 70% completion percentage as they knock off the Bengals 24-14 and punch their ticket to yet another Super Bowl. Before the Super Bowl, Anthony Jennings got 6 skill points, and he's a hidden dev. And out of nowhere, also our first round pick has also earned a hidden dev in Terrell Lewis. Yes. In terms of any other dev traits, I'm looking. N'Keal Harry's an X Factor. Edelman's an X Factor. Round of applause. Rebuild God. So in our quest for our 7th Super Bowl in franchise history, we have a rematch of Super Bowl 38. It is the Patriots. It is the Panthers. I hope to God there's a fumble scenario where Cam Newton does not jump on it. But looking at the Panthers, this is a Panthers that I retired Luke Kuechly. So they were at a disadvantage. They got Chris Jones, Christian McCaffrey, Moore, Burns, CeeDee Lamb. They drafted him out of Oklahoma. And they did get the big money free agency signing. I always kind of feel like when the computer signs like one of the top 3 free agents, they always get that little bit of a sim boost. But I'm not worried about it. It's going to be the same result as Super Bowl 38. A Patriots victory. Brady going out on top with 7 Super Bowls. Go. This is so weird, me cheering for the Patriots and wanting them to win another Super Bowl. But that's where we're at right now. That's what happens when you rebuild every team. Right now, we're in a deficit, but it's still Brady time. Come on. There we go. Touchdown, 3-point lead. Defense is playing fairly well. Panthers get another touchdown before the end of the first. Oh, come on. Don't let them get any points. 3rd down, we're coming in for 1 play. 3rd and 5. We are in field goal range to make it a 1-point game. I do not want a turnover. We still have a timeout. We'll go deep attack. We have Troutman. Okay. I would love to thank Madden. Thanks, Madden, for putting me in a scenario where the sim just starts right away. Thank you. Oh, so annoying. Why does that even exist? Who would ever want to be like, thanks for the rush and adrenaline of me coming in? Makes me feel a lot better. Our defense is struggling. We'll kick the field goal, 1-score game. Give me a stop defense. Put the ball in Brady's hands. Well, you know, if this is the end of the it would have been nice for him to go with a Super Bowl win. But if there's you at the end of chapter, the book of Tom Brady, this is it. He got his team to the Super Bowl, and then he just didn't have it anymore. It's time to hang it up, especially when you have that bad of a game against that above average at best of a defense in the Carolina Panthers. And the Panthers knock us off 28-21 in the Super Bowl. 90%, 95% the last year Brady has, but as you can see, Tom Brady has in fact retired. He's not even available to re-sign at this point, so we have some salary cap, might be able to splurge on a big money free agent or two, and it's the Jake Fromm era now in New England. Looking at free agency, we do have some money to spend. Can we finally land Keanu O'Neal in free agency? That's a big ask, but maybe. Keanu O'Neal, Calais Campbell, you know, Patriots style of signing. We need a defensive end. He fits our scheme. He wants to win a Super Bowl, so get him on a one-year deal. John Ross, the speedster. Edelman has regressed down to a 76 overall. So while Jacoby Myers has been decent, we really only have N'Keal Harry. I feel like someone like John Ross, good enough third option for right now. And we're going to lowball it too. Very, very cheap. And then Jared Davis coming in as our second middle linebacker. Get a low ball bid it. Again, we don't really know what direction we're going to go in the draft. So, you know, just kind of covering all our bases here in free agency. But can we finally land Keanu O'Neal? I've literally probably tried to sign him 7 times. And all 7 times he's left. But this time, there is no other bids on him. So fingers crossed. We have made history. We have made history. Keanu O'Neal has signed for one of my teams. So for our final realistic draft, I think we did pretty damn good. First round, we got Trey Dean III, free safety out of Florida. Has every opportunity to start this year as we have no free safety on the roster. McCourty has unfortunately decided to retire. He's real good. As a Gator fan, I can tell you right now, he is really, really good. Has a lot of cornerback traits and can tackle fairly well. Right tackle, we do need to eventually plan for light beyond Marcus Cannon. So we drafted Walker Little out of Stanford, 68 overall. We got Tutu Atwell, just really good Swiss Army knife type wide receiver out of Louisville. 69 hidden dev trait. Yes, sir. Look at the agility. He is unbelievable out in space. We'll find a way. Could be, maybe, kind of, sort of, the replacement for Julian Edelman down the road. We got Aiden Hutchinson, defensive end out of Michigan, also coming in with a hidden dev trait. I have straight up drafted him because he was a scheme fit. Did not know he had a hidden dev, so that is very nice bonus. We got Orion Vance, 66, outside linebacker for depth. Ventrell Miller, middle linebacker from Florida. Great coverage ability. And then just finishing up the depth chart with Brandon Vili, D-tackle from USC. It is now the Jake Fromm era here in year 3 of the New England Patriots realistic rebuild. Oh boy. We did not win any game of the preseason. He's starting out as a 71 star dev. Okay. You know, that's where we're at. N'Keal Harry, superstar X Factor. We got John Ross. We brought in free agency. Edelman will be in the slot. We got Myers. Atwell. Tutu Atwell's not there, but I will make sure he's on that depth chart. Yeah, still has a really good offensive line, even with Marcus Cannon being a little bit on the old side. Troutman is well on his way to becoming one of the better young tight ends in the National Football League. Defensively, we got in Calais Campbell to pair up with Shelton and Vinovich. Gilmore, very close to being the 99 club. Jackson's 86, 84 for Jones. Trey Dean, our first-round draft pick, will start at free safety. We have Lewis, star dev, Jennings, star dev, our big 2 picks last year. We throw in Jared Davis to pair with Jawan Bentley. And our big fish, hook, line, and sinker, finally landing him in free agency, Keanu O'Neal at strong safety. I have no idea what to expect this year, but now I'm starting to think in the back of my head about that whole we turned on coach firing. Can we succeed? Can we keep our job post Tom Brady? So we're 6-1. Yeah, Jake Fromm, all he does is win games. I am shocked to say that we are 6-1. We did lose our first game of the year. I thought, oh boy. But we are 6 and like, what's going on? Because Jake Fromm is yet to get a player of the week. Yet he's balling out right now. Okay. All right, I'm not going to complain. Contract, we got Stephon Gilmore right off the rip, 1-year deal. Yep, very expensive 1-year deal, but we want him. Jawan Bentley, we got a 5-year deal. Yep, that's about the amount of years that I want. Danny Shelton, I definitely can get down on a 1-year deal for a 28-year-old. For sure. Outside of that, Jacoby Myers is an interesting one because we have Tutu Atwell, we have John Ross. He's essentially a wide receiver 4 at this point, looking for $3 million a year. You know, he's a scheme fit, but I don't know about that one. Maybe we'll see how well John Ross played, because I feel like it is going to be the end of the road for Julian Edelman, all said and done. So we'll play that one by ear. And at the end of year 3, first year from first round bye, 12-4, pretty much automatic. We can trust the Patriots winning culture with this move. I will say that at no point did Jake Fromm win. Oh, did he win it here? He did not. At no point did Jake Fromm win a weekly award. So it's not like the cheesy year. Like a lot of times when I have like this weird, we put a young quarterback in, there's like at least 2 weeks that he has like 5 touchdowns, 4 or 5 touchdowns. Jake Fromm did not get one offensive player of the week award yet. An unreal number. He's going to get himself a superstar depth trade based upon these numbers. 4,300 passing yards, 33 touchdowns, 11 picks in his first year as a starter. Essentially a rookie, even though not a rookie. I mean, those are unreal numbers. And this is like a legit scenario. The Patriots, I think, if they're not going to be burning a first-round pick on, trading up to get a 2 or something like that, Jake Fromm could totally be in the Patriots' plans at the end of the first round, maybe in the second round. Sony Michel, nice year, 900 yards, 12 touchdowns, but I don't think he's yet to go over 1,000 yards. Even though we got the superstar depth trade, he's yet to go over 1,000. Nice year from Damian Harris. Receiving N'Keal Harry over 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. Troutman 850 and 9, 708 for John Ross, 580 and 4 Michelle. Tutu Atwell stepping in, taking over for Edelman, 470 and 6. I like seeing that. Defensively, Jawan Bentley, tackle machine. Keanu Neal, 103 tackles, 4.5 sacks, 2 picks. I like seeing that a lot. Calais Campbell on a 1-year rental, 11 TFLs, 10 sacks, searching for his first Super Bowl. Solid year from Lewis as well. 3 picks, Stephon Gilmore, now a member of the 99 Club. MVP went to Justin Fields. I'd much rather see Justin Fields be winning MVP for the Bears than Mitchell Trubisky winning MVP for the Bears. In the AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Deshaun Watson. Defensive Player of the Year went to Darius Leonard. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Trevor Lawrence, the new quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Tutu Atwell coming in at number 4. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Patrick Surtain Jr. Trey Dean coming in at 3. Quarterback went to Mahomes. For individual awards, I'm not going to expect to see any Patriots. We do not, but it's all about the team here. Yet another divisional title, 3 in a row. Find out who we're going to be taking on in the divisional round. It is going to be the 9-6-1 Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. One hell of a test for Jake Fromm. So how is Jake Fromm going to play in the sim? Well, we're going to find out right now. Very tough game against Kansas City. Pretty much we're going to have to match them point for point unless our defense puts up an all-time great performance. And as you can see, it's not looking good, man. We are not getting in Kansas City Chiefs territory at all here in the first half. And we get to the red zone and get 0 points. A turnover. This is rough. This is rough. Can we get a touchdown? Come on. Go into 4th down. Where's Tutu Atwell in the slot? I guarantee 4th and 16. Find me Tutu in the slot. I guarantee I'll get a touchdown. Maybe not guarantee, but where's Atwell? Right bumper. Jake Fromm. Atwell is going to have elite agility off the line. Inside. Oh, nope. Not a great pass. And thoroughly outplayed. I did not like seeing the fact that we're taking on the Kansas City Chiefs there. That probably should have been a pick. It's just we were not 3 field goals. I don't know if we're going to get fired. We might be on the hot seat. I don't know what the Madden logic comes, but that is a disappointing performance. All facets of the ball. Not a great debut performance for Jake Fromm. Interesting names in free agency here. I love the homage to my first realistic rebuild with Lamar Jackson looking like he might be going to the Miami Dolphins. I was thinking about potentially bringing in J.J. Watt on a 1-year deal, but there's, he wants a 2-year deal. We do have Hutchinson who has the dev trade. Maybe we can. I think we need this though. This makes sense. J.J. Watt definitely seems like the kind of guy that would chase a Super Bowl ring at this point in his career. So we'll round these numbers up because we're not going to be signing anyone else over the next 2 years. Hey, it'd be hell if you got J.J. Watt. Scheme fit for this defense. 3-4 scheme fit. Let's fingers crossed. I mean, other than that, Van Der Esch, that's too much money to lock into a linebacker, and everyone else is really at a position we already have depth at. Kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. For our first Madden-generated draft class, as we try to prepare as well as we can for the fourth season of the rebuild. Here's how it went. I missed out on a running back that I just want to see this running back first. There was a running back that looked pretty damn good that I thought I really wanted to get. First round. Did he go in the first round? I think he did. That's very weird to check this out. I should have done this on my own time. Oh, he went second? He slipped into the second? This guy, Alex Carter. I was going to draft him with my first pick. He's 73, hidden dev. I'm going to cheat here just a little bit. What's the actual dev? He's a star. All right, so we're no harm, no foul there. So let's look at our draft board. Instead of getting the running back, because I do feel like we're probably not going to re-up on Sony Michel's deal when it comes up, I got Oscar Thomas, 75, hidden dev, corner out of LSU, just because we were signing not Devin McCourty, but Stephon Gilmore to the 1-year deal. So that's kind of starting to show that you need to draft for his eventual replacement. Oscar Thomas, really nice looking player. Hopefully that dev trait comes out. We got Alfonso Patton, a 70 overall D tackle scheme fit out of LSU, just solid depth. 68 overall defensive end, Justice Spain from Nebraska. Again, another scheme fit. And then we finish out the draft, just Flyers. Lester Jefferson out of Rhode Island, hidden dev wide receiver. Take that. And then the 7th round, Doug Mullins, kind of going with the highest bench press. Hidden dev trait, 65 hidden dev. Like seeing that as well. Here's how our Patriots team is shaping up. And great news at the quarterback position. Jake Fromm, even though he's only a 77, slow progression so far. He did get a dev trait increase last season based upon his performance. He was like 4th in touchdowns, 6th in yards, or something like that. So we're well on our way to having a really nice, legit successor to Tom Brady. Outside of that, Tutu Atwell emerged as a really nice-looking rookie. Star dev. He's going to be our starting slot, taking over for Julian Edelman. On the rest of the offensive line, still one of the best offensive lines in the National Football League. Debating if I should put Mullins over Little. What's XP? Takes Little 5, almost 6,000 to go up a level. Takes Mullins 2,000. Might need to go Mullins there. I think that might be more beneficial long run. Flipping to the defense. Again, we're gambling with Hutchinson here at defensive end with the dev trait that he's going to be able to develop and step up to the test. Big shoes to fill. Coming in there, taking over for Calais Campbell because we couldn't get J.J. Watt on that 1-year deal. Linebacking core really solid. Trey Dean emerged as a star dev. So, I mean, we did get, 3 hidden dev trait people from last year's draft class. One of them, for the love of God, be better than a star dev trait. Kind of a positive. During a Week 5 victory over the Minnesota Vikings, Tutu Atwell has gone from star to a superstar development plus 8,000 XP. Again, much like Fromm is kind of on his way to replace Tom Brady, Tutu Atwell kind of on his way to replace Julian Edelman. But even though we didn't get the dev trait coming out from the bye, not particularly strong start to the year for the Patriots. Week 7 and we're 2-3. Luckily, the AFC East looks like it's going to be a down year. And we still have everything in play to make it 4-4 for AFC East titles to start this rebuild. Looking at contracts, again, Gilmore, it's too easy just to keep offering him 1-year deals if he's going to keep taking them. N'Keal Harry at wide receiver. Don't know why we didn't get a 5th-year option on him. I didn't sim past it. It just didn't exist. But 5-year deal is one of the best wide receivers in the National Football League. Isaiah Wynn at left tackle, another guy top priority to re-sign. Chase Vinovich at defensive end. I can argue another top priority, but we are spending a lot of cash here this season. That's where it gets a little tough. I don't really want to let Sony Michel walk. That's a reasonable contract if you'll take that. There we go. He just hasn't gone over 1,000 yards yet, but he did have 19 touchdowns, so can't forget that. So we'll make sure we can re-sign both Gilmore and Wynn, and we're still going to have probably around $60 million of available salary cap to make some big splash for year 5 of the rebuild. And at the end of year 4, we didn't make the playoffs at all. 7-9 is not good. I wish I had any way to see my job security, but I mean, it's the first year we didn't win the divisional title, okay? Got to be given a cut a break here, okay? Okay. What? Jake, how did we only have 7 wins with Jake Fromm going for 4,900 passing yards and 44 touchdowns? Doesn't make sense. Tutu Atwell, 81 catches, 1,200 yards, 15 touchdowns. Very much taken over for Julian Edelman. 1,100 yards, 6 touchdowns for Harry. 912 from Troutman. This is one of the most insane sim seasons I've ever seen. And it had 7 wins. 3 guys going over 100 tackles. We got 12 sacks, Terrell Lewis. Picks. We're in a whole lot of interceptions. We have the 7th offense. I don't know how that happens, though. But 7th offense, 29th defense. Not good. Jacoby Brissett's your MVP. Jake Fromm coming in at 4. AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Brissett. Fromm at 4. Defense Player of the Year went to Myles Garrett. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Collins. None of our guys making the list. Patton, number 4 there. QB's Brissett, Fromm, runner-up for best quarterback, but I still think he's going to get an X Factor, right? He has to go X Factor. Best wide receivers, Tutu Atwell. He could get an X Factor. So, I mean, we did our job replacing Brady and Edelman, and maybe, just maybe, I don't want to put those expectations, but maybe also Gronk here with Troutman, and we still have no Super Bowls to show for it, and we're going to our 5th year with 3 divisional titles, and that's it. Where our team's at for this final free agency period of the episode. There's some nice looking players here, but again, nothing that's really an upgrade for us. I need kind of looking for a defensive end, not really a scheme fit. We're gonna have to draft one, but a partner in crime for Jawan Bentley, Devin Bush. We're gonna come in with a top bid. I don't know if we're gonna get him or not. I'm actually, we might have enough to go buy the linebacker free agency package here for Mr. Belichick. Which we will to up our chances of getting an elite player in Devin Bush. Fingers crossed. We did everything we can. And he still told us to kiss his ass. Unbelievable. Over our final draft of the rebuild. Solid draft. First round, we're pretty much just going best player available. Our offensive line is old. So now that we have time to take advantage of the Madden draft classes, I will. And I very rarely drafted a lineman in the first round. But this guy was number 4 in true talent in the draft. LaRon Falk out of Wisconsin. 75 overall, really, really well-rounded, but stings that he didn't come with a dev trade. Second round, we got Deion Hendricks, 71, hidden dev, defensive end scheme fit out of Virginia. 71 D tackle here in Spence, no dev. 67 linebacker, no dev. 61 tackle, no dev. And we finished up with a 71. This guy had 41 reps on the bench press, UDFA grade all day long. I'm going to be picking that guy up, 71 overall. So not a lot of help with dev traits outside of Hendricks, but still a really solid draft from top to bottom. Now, does this draft put us back into playoff contention, especially after whiffing on Deion Bush in free agency? Probably not. I don't know. Here's how our team is looking for the final season, the final rebuild year of Part 1 for the Patriots. We now have a superstar X-Factor quarterback in Jake Fromm, who had a just insane season last year. He's up to an 85. What's his ability? What is that ability? I've never seen that before. Fearless. Okay. Cool. Tutu Atwell. Also, superstar X-Factor wide receiver. Got that. There we go. Getting wide receiver of the year last season. He is first one free, which makes sense because his agility is off the charts. So we've successfully, in Part 1, replaced Tom Brady and Julian Edelman. N'Keal Harry's emerged as one of the best wide receivers in the National Football League. And then we're just throwing John Ross's speed in there. Offensive line, work in progress for sure. But I think we have some depth there, especially at tackle. Mullins with the dev trade. Eventually, he could be a successor at guard. You can never have too many good offensive linemen. Defensively, Sting's not getting J.J. Watt because he would have been looking real nice there starting at the end. However, with Hendricks, might be actually able to let him start at right end and see if he is anything better than a star. Hutchinson with the star. Hendricks going to have something a little bit better than a star. We might be a little bit further ahead. I don't know why he got put down there. We have Stephon Gilmore playing on a 1-year deal. Our secondary, a lot of silvers. but we only have 3 corners on the roster. That could be a problem. Thankfully, injuries are off. Linebacking core looks solid, but my God, man, we need something. Get rid of these silvers and bronzes. Give me some gold. Give me some red on this defense. From our bye, 3-4. Not overly confident with that record, but we are only a game back in the AFC East. Plenty of season left to play for. Contracts. These are guys we want to have on the team to kick off the next episode. Again, we'll keep getting Gilmore on 1-year deals if he will keep taking them. Shaq, ooh. See, David Andrews on a 1-year deal at 31. Totally reasonable until we can get a successor. 3 years for Shaq Mason. That is, it's not great. Oof, Jesus. Let's get Tooney on a 1-year. Wants more money? Of course he does. What about Anthony Jennings? 4-year. I want 5-year deal for you. Got you, Troutman. You'll keep it to your 30 if you'll take that. He wants to make more money. Of course he does. So there is obviously the alpha in the room. Jake Fromm, 6-year deal, $183 million, and he takes it because he's a team player. He knows he wants to stay here and win. So Mason is probably going to get cut just because I can't pay $3 million for a 30-year-old guard, especially when we're getting 1-year deal offers here. So Tooney back on a 1-year for sure, and we'll definitely bring back Adam Troutman. And at the end of year 5, an up year for the Patriots. Yet again, 12-4. Our 4th AFC East title last year was just an outlier, which is great. Looking at our squad here, we had 2 failed X-Factor scenarios for Michelle throughout the year. Other than that, this is our team on offense. Atwell, 93. Fromm, 91. 99 club for N'Keal Harry. Defensively, Hendricks, of course, given the fact that all of our hidden devs pretty much come out as stars. He is also a star dev player. No other changes. I'm really surprised we're not getting more dev traits for our linebackers. I think Terrell Lewis has had 2 or 3 failed ones total in this rebuild. We didn't get any this year, which is a little annoying. Look at our stats. I assume Jake Fromm did stupid things, and he did. 4,500 yards, 43 touchdowns, 6 picks. What is he? 90. So he's an 89 overall. He's playing. I mean, that's just a bargain. Given the fact some quarterbacks go for like $250 million plus, the fact we got him for like, what is it, $160? That is sensational. Finally, a big year from Sony Michel, paying dividends for us, giving us kind of a... We're skeptical when we signing him last year. 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns. Thank you, sir. N'Keal Harry, huge year. 86 catches, 1,200 yards, 15 touchdowns. 93 for 1,214 for 2-2 Atwell. 720 and 2 from Troutman. Ross with solid numbers. Defensively, no one over 100 tackles. Bentley leading the team, not surprisingly. 15 TFLs, 8 sacks for Terrell Lewis. 4 picks, Stephon Gilmore. Keep renting him on 1-year deals. That's fine with me. 3 picks, Keon O'Neal. MVP. Oh. Fromm coming in at number 3. Losing to Mahomes. Jamie Newman of the Steelers is there as well. AFC. Do we have Coach of the Year? Bill Belichick, Coach of the Year. Congratulations. Offensive Player of the Year, Patrick Mahomes. Fromm at 3. Defensive Player of the Year, that guy. Wow. We had a runner-up for Defensive Rookie of the Year at Hendricks. No award. It's all Chiefs and Browns. The disrespect. The disrespect. We're definitely going to hop in and get some gameplay here. And hopefully it's not going to be in this divisional round game against a 9-7 Titans team that should be viewed as a very winnable matchup. Boys, let's go, Jake Fromm. You throw touchdowns for fun. This is like the most explosive Patriots offense that they had Randy Moss out there. I want to see 30-some points. Except we're trading field goals. That's all we're doing. Come on. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Man, we have not, like, especially, let's say Atwell just on a streak. We have not had a lot of year 1 success in any of our rebuilds. We just throw it up. Get there, get there, get there. Boom. I like that. It's just one shot. It's our guy that's super fast in the slot. That was a good matchup. Even though they had a star corner on him. Oh, my God. This is brutal. This is absolutely brutal. Yeah. I mean, they got 2 at quarterback. It's not like they got a slouch at QB. Atwell went over 100 yards. But well, helps that we had that bomb to him. I don't know, man. I can't even just end it here. I got to go see if I still have a job after this for a part 2. Is there even going to be a part 2 of the Patriots realistic rebuild? That is a bullshit performance in the playoffs. 4 divisional titles. I think we have, what, 2 playoff wins, maybe, max? Okay, we got our contract extended for 3 more years. Imagine Bill Belichick only getting paid $5 million. So at least we know there's going to be a part 2. But my God, I mean, we've done our job. Why isn't the sim rewarding us? We have replaced Brady and Edelman, one of the best combos of all time. The Kill Harry's gone off and developed. We've been developing linemen. We got a guy that's trying to become the next Gronk. I mean, I guess the only argument is that we have not got studs on defense. Really, it's been Gilmore and then everybody else for the entirety of the rebuild. I mean, we did sign Keanu Neal, but even with the dev trade, it's not going up. I feel like we did a pretty good job with Dean's 84, Lewis 88, Jennings 89. Like, those guys should be in the 90s. We've done a decent job. I don't know. Do not know. But, hey, we still got everything to play for in part 2 of this rebuild. So thank you guys for watching. Again, as always, your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. And until next time, we'll be back probably Saturday with part 2 for this Patriots realistic rebuild. Trying to win a Super Bowl with Mr. Jake Fromm.
Money I'm spending, I'm out and I'm shopping. You talking that shit, well you talking and talking. Look at my options, look at me dropping. Ass in the game, like who are you stopping? Not me, not me, not never. Not me, not me, not never. Not me, not me, not never. I'm way too clever. Look at the kid, Mr. Consistent, I'm doing it big. Way too persistent on taking